we just got a huge casting announcement for Avengers Doomsday. Back in March, we had the 5-hour long stream where we learned the full cast of Avengers Doomsday for now. But we just got a new report from Jeff Snyder that reveals a lot more have been added to the cast. As always, unless it comes from Marvel, take it all with a grain of salt. But with that being said, this is your spoiler warning for Avengers Doomsday. Now keep in mind, a lot of these characters will have less than 3 minutes of screen time like they did in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. But still, you won't even be able to tell when you're watching it because all the characters feel like they have enough time in those movies, at least to me anyway. The new list includes Hulk, Captain Marvel, War Machine, Miss Marvel, Valkyrie, Monica Rambeau, Ironheart, Sylvie, Wonder Man, Hunter B-15, Jean Grey, Phyla, Hawkeye, Nick Fury, Doctor Strange, Steve Rogers, Groot, Wong, Kate Bishop, Nebula, Okoye, OB, Adam Warlock, America Chavez, She-Hulk, Cassie Lang, Maria Rambeau, Storm, Mobius, Star-Lord, Clea, Peggy Carter, Rocket, and Cosmo. Now, there was no mention of Spider-Man, Wasp, White Vision, Scarlet Witch, Moon Knight, Scarlet Scarab, Daredevil, Punisher, or Kraglin. Now, some of those characters will possibly be in this film, but I honestly don't think we're going to see Spider-Man, but that's a video for a different day. Now, this is a lot to unpack, but I think I know how this is going to play out, mostly. I'm going to separate all these into teams and break it all down for you. So, on the new Guardians side of things, we have Rocket, Nebula, Groot, Cosmo, Phyla, Adam Warlock, Star-Lord. On the X-Men side, we have Jean Grey, Storm, Binary, and Photon. On the Champions side of things, we have Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, Ironheart, Star-Lord, and Wong. On the West Coast Avengers, we have Wonder Man, Cassie Lang, and She-Hulk. On Sam Wilson's Avengers, we have Captain Marvel, War Machine, Nick Fury, Hawkeye, and Hulk. And you might be asking, what do you mean Sam Wilson's Avengers? At the end of Brave New World, as well as the Thunderbolts, we know that Sam Wilson is putting together the Avengers, and that Bucky, along with the Thunderbolts, are on opposite sides of Sam Wilson's team, and Sam Wilson is trying to trademark the term Avengers, and so he's going to be forming his own group. On the Sorcerer's side of things, we have Doctor Strange, Clea, American Chavez, and Wong. For the TVA, we have Sylvie, Hunter B-15, OB, and Mobius. On the new Asgardians, aka the Gods, we have Valkyrie and Sylvie. On the Wakandans, we have Okoye, and finally on the Hulks, we have She-Hulk and Hulk. Now, we also have Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter here, but to be honest with you, I have no clue where they're going to fit in. I can't think of anything. It could be numerous things. Captain Carter, Peggy Carter, Agent Carter, Old Man Steve, Steve Rogers 616, Young Steve, Captain Hydra. The list goes on and on, so for those ones, I'm going to leave them out for now. This is due to the concept art that we had gotten. Now, the Russos have come out and said that it's fake, but honestly, I don't believe them for a second. Like I said, take everything with a grain of salt unless it comes from Marvel themselves. Now, if we go ahead and put the confirmed cast members as well as the rumored and the concept art together on teams, we have on the new Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket, Nebula, Groot, Cosmo, Phyla, and Adam Warlock. On the OG X-Men, we have Jean Grey, Storm, Binary, Photon, Beast, Charles Xavier, Magneto, Nightcrawler, Cyclops, Gambit, and Mystique. On the Champions, aka the Young Avengers, we have Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, Ironheart, Star-Lord, Wong, Dupe, Cassie Lang, Wiccan, Speed, and White Vision. On the West Coast Avengers, we have Wonder Man, Shang-Chi, and Ant-Man. On Sam Wilson's Avengers, we have Captain Marvel, War Machine, Nick Fury, Hawkeye, Falcon, as well as Sam Wilson, Captain America. On the Sorcerer side of things, we have Doctor Strange, Clea, and American Chavez. For the TVA, we have Sylvie, B-15, OB, Mobius, and Loki. On the new Asgardians, aka the Gods, we have Valkyrie and Thor. On the Wakandan side of things, we have Okoye, M'Baku, Shuri, and Namor. For the Hulks, we have She-Hulk, Hulk, and Scar. On the new Avengers side of things, we're going to have Bucky, Yelena, Red Guardian, Sentry, Ghost, and U.S. Agent John Walker. And finally, for the Fantastic Four, we have Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny, Ben Grimm, Franklin, and Herbie. Like I said previously, take all these names and groups with a grain of salt, but these are most likely the lineups for Avengers Doomsday with some slight changes. We all know that these teams are going to be coming together to fight Doom, so it's going to be very interesting to see who prevails for Secret Wars. With all that being said, what do you think of these teams? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. It's been Caden, or Cantina Talk, signing off.